Yeah, I live in Charlton Close, and we get a problem on dustbin day. The cars park anyway halfway on the pavement, and on dustbin day they just sling them down the other half of the pavement, and I'm just prisoned in my own house because I'm on a buggy, I can't get through. People with prams and pushchairs can't get through. When we've told the council, their idea was for us to buy a piece of the green outside our house for £1,000.
Laura?
Well, I didn't really hear the question properly. Can you repeat it, please?
Basically, what Linda's saying, she lives in Charlton Close, and on bin day, bin collection day, basically the bins are put back in such a way that imprisons Linda in her own home because she can't get past the bins on her buggy because she's disabled. So what are people going to do about it?
Yeah, but they were quite making. When we asked the council to do something, they offered to sell us a piece of the green outside our house for £1,000.
Well, that's just not a good answer for them to give you, really, is it?
No.
I think that the bins do obstruct the pathways. They could at least just put the bins back in, just into the entrance of the gate. That would be literally no effort for them whatsoever. That's something that I want to chase on them, trying to get them to do that at least. It's no effort for them to do that. You know, it does obstruct the pathways. There are people that live near me that have buggies that they can't get past once the bins have been collected. And you've got the recycling bins as well, don't forget. So, you know, you've got to basically say to the council, or we will, that they need to retrain their staff to put the bins back just inside the gate even, so that people can get past on their buggies.
Right. Obviously it's a very important question. All links up there. Lynn's got several on that particular thing that we've been touched on already, and she's got many other questions. What I'd like to...
Can I answer that?
Yeah, answer quickly. Very quickly then, please.
When they were looking at the curbside recycling, one of the suggestions I originally put forward to them was that they didn't use these great big boxes that they use at the moment, but they actually take something from Plymouth and Cornwall, and what they do down there, and a lot of other places, is they actually have a bag. They have a bag that attaches to the bin. And what you do is you have the recycling stuff in the bag, that all goes into one recycling bin. They actually don't try and sort it on the roadside as they're going around, which slows up the road traffic. It actually causes a problem with congestion. They just put it into one wagon, and then they actually sort it once they get down to the recycling centre, so it comes off on a conveyor belt and gets sorted down there. They didn't want to do that, they just wanted to get these cheap plastic bins. Now what happens is the council contractors they now use, they're doing them on the cheap, it's all about speed, it's all about performance, all about tipping boxes. You know, they don't just sling them on your driveway if you're lucky sort of thing, like the lids go down the road, you know. It's not acceptable. Nobody's monitoring that. And you know, they get up to Penhill, and you can bet your life, oh well, it's only Penhill, just sling the boxes down. That's what's not acceptable.
Okay, I'd also like to supplement to that question about the bins, was also raised, is what provisions could councillors make, or the council make, for the disabled who have to dispose of these particular bins and goods? Is there any provision that can assist them in any way? Laura?
Well, we know we've got the A cards, but the people that collect the rubbish don't always take any notice of them. We've had situations where people have rung us and said, my bins haven't been collected again. And so then you have to get on the phone, which is no chore, but you get on the phone again and you say, these people's bins haven't been collected again. Again, it's about training these staff, because they're cutting corners on the training of the staff. That's where you're getting your problems from. So retraining, I don't care how much it costs, I'm not interested in how much it costs. Retraining is what they need. They need to be sympathetic to people's needs, especially if they have a disability.
Okay, there's just one more question. Going back onto that, Lola?
Excuse me, the business about disabled lettering in the windows for the bins to be collected, doesn't this make a target for burglary in places like that? Because they know there's a vulnerable person living there.
Well, okay, how would you suggest that they...
Well, it was suggested at one time to save the council money that they put it onto a sort of sat-nav route and put it into a car. Because at the moment, that is a broad indication to anybody who wants to burgle a house in the area. They've got an A in the window, they've got a vulnerable person there.
Could you come and see me afterwards, and I'll take your details down, and we'll sort that out. We'll contact the council about that.
I won't use one, but as I say, I wouldn't accept it.
Even so, it's a good suggestion.
And it also, the other thing that was said as well, that somebody said to me from the council, was that the A cards, they'll remove the bin from the driveway, but they will not put it back.
Right. To answer the question, Andy's got to answer the second, because that's supplemented as well.
Out of both parts, actually, you know, it's just the same as the old bobbies on the beat. When we used to have regular bin men, you knew your bin men were, they'd get round every week, you had that regular team of people, they got to know you, you got to know them, you give them a drink at Christmas, you know, that sort of thing. You got a decent service. What's happened is the council have contracted out service after service after service, and it means they're doing it on the cheap, they're using different people all the time, they don't know the rounds, they don't know the people. The people that used to know those rounds would come in and get those bins out because they knew that old Mrs. Pithers or old Mrs. Jones actually was disabled and they had to go and get their bins, so they knew they had a regular team. And that's the problem. You're not getting that community, you're not actually getting that community feel from the services you are paying for from the council, and that's what we've got to get back to.
Okay, thanks for that.